What's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Solomon for coming through and boosting the coin up. So we got some breaking news right now regarding Chris Eubanks' trainer and Terence Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre. Here we go. Weird news, wiggy news. Chris Eubanks Jr.'s trainer, Bomac, arrested at Manchester Airport. Brian McIntyre, who oversaw Chris Eubanks Jr.'s stoppage win over Liam Smith at Manchester Arena on Saturday, was arrested at Manchester Airport after security officials allegedly found a blicky in a suitcase. Chris Eubanks Jr.'s trainer, Brian McIntyre, has been arrested at Manchester Airport after security found a heater in a suitcase. McIntyre, 53, had checked in ahead of his flight to Atlanta on Sunday morning. The alarm was raised when UK Border Force intercepted the baggage, after a scan allegedly showed a weapon, along with a magazine and ammunition contained within it. Sky Sports News has been told armed police then descended upon the departure lounge at Manchester's Airport Terminal 2 to arrest McIntyre on suspicion of possession of the blicky. Bomac had been in the corner of Eubanks Jr. for his stoppage victory in his rematch against Liam Smith on Saturday night. The trainer also works with undisputed welterweight champion Terence Crawford. Eubanks Jr.'s team have told Sky Sports News they cannot comment at this stage. I mean, this is weird. Now, I've also heard some other things on the grapevine. I've heard that Bomac has been remanded. He hasn't been given bail, which to some extent makes, I mean, to take the blicky, to take the heater into an airport, and by the looks of things, he wasn't travelling private. This guy was going on a generic flight. I just don't get that. My only guess is that he must have put one in his bag in America. There's no way he got one here, I wouldn't have thought. He must have put one in his bag in America, slid through with it, and then thought he was going to slide back. And to be fair, he might have done. Clearly, the border agencies aren't that sharp, because he managed to take it out of the US. But then again, I've heard, usually departures, they're not so bothered about, from what I've been told. Departures usually aren't where their stress is, because end of the day, if you want to bring something into someone else's country, no problem. It's the arrivals where it's kind of hot. So he departed America, which makes sense. He was just about to depart UK, and he gets caught. But I can't get my head around this. Why would he have to eat it with him for? And then have it in his bag as well. In his bag. I don't know. But the problem is, you see, I think Bomac's a good trainer. I'm not going to say great yet, but I think he's up there for sure, based on what I've seen at the weekend. But it's end of the day, man, a lot of these guys, they ain't thinking properly in other ways. He might be a great boxing trainer. Is he thinking properly though? I don't know the circumstances. And to be honest, I don't think we'll ever know the circumstances. If Bomac will obviously have a good lawyer, I'd have thought. So we're not going to hear anything. We're going to hear the excuses or whatever. Oh, you know what I mean? We ain't going to really hear the truth. But assuming it is his, I mean, who else is it going to be? Unless Canelo. Has Canelo set Bomac up? Do you know what I mean? Canelo don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Canelo don't want that. Canelo don't want none of that Terence Crawford smoke. He just don't want that. Yeah, this is a convenient play for Canelo. Oh yeah, let's put this in Bomac's bag, and then, you know what I mean? I can see that happening myself. He plotting. Carrot Top is plotting. He don't want the Crawford smoke. You don't. He try and make, oh yeah, I'll fight Crawford. You don't want Crawford. You don't. That's my opinion. Too big, too strong. Even though Canelo's bigger, yeah, Crawford, he too big, too strong, I believe. That, yeah, he in trouble. Canelo in trouble. Carrot Top in trouble. Carrot Top set this up, if you ask me. If I was to bet now, I'd say this has got Carrot Top's fingers all over it. Do you understand? But now, back to the point. Let's try and think logically here. You got it into, okay, let's say you're scared about security. Why don't you tell Chris? Hey, yo, Chris. But why would he even be scared of security for? Like, it's not like Bomac, some guy who talks loads. You go into the UK, no one... Oh, it's weird, isn't it? But one of my friends said, Americans in particular, Americans have this weird state of mind where they think everyone out to get them, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they can't operate without the heater, without the blicky with them. They feel naked without it. We've seen it in movies or whatever before. People say, I can't sleep without the heater on my lap. Yeah? I feel naked without the blicky. Is it a case of that? Is it a case of Bomac's just been out here so long? And apparently, I don't know Bomac's background, but no doubt he's probably been up to things in the past. Is it one of them where he's just... the streets are in him? You understand? He need that. That's what gives him... what's the word? That's what gives him peace of mind. Yeah? I need this insurance policy near me. It's no good. That's why they call it an insurance policy. By B, no one was going to do anything to Bomac in Manchester. They wasn't, but again, that's not what insurance is for. You don't buy travel insurance because nothing's likely to happen, do you? You buy it because it don't happen till it does. You see that one? And that's what Bomac's thinking, wait a minute. It's all well and good sitting here and doing the maths. Yeah, it's not likely to happen. But when it happened, you don't want to be that guy who naked. You don't want to be that guy naked and you've left the heat at home. That's what you don't want to be. It's not too late then. Yes, it's too late crying over spilt milk when your noggin's leaking or your Nelly's leaking all over the pavement somewhere. See that one? So, but listen, end of the day, man, Bomac, you're a grown man. Like, get some security, bro. That's the bottom line. What were you thinking here? It wasn't even like, I've heard of some examples of people being in America and they're travelling interstate. And different states have different laws. I don't know, you went from one state into another, a more stricter state. You know what I mean? But you should know, the whole GUN thing in the UK, it's not a thing here at all. Unless you're a farmer. I think farmers get a pass to some extent, but even then, I don't know. I don't think every farmer has one. Over here, it's not a thing. So to bring it here, and then to put it in... If I was him, I guess the problem is, where do you dispose of such a weapon? You can't just leave it at the hotel, can you? That's going to kick up more of a fuss than anything. But still, I don't know what he was thinking. He probably wasn't thinking, obviously not. That's what you'd like to conclude here. Bomac, the great boxing trainer, was not thinking. And it was in his own bag. And that's what leads me to believe maybe he's just old school. Because, number one, higher security. But old school people might say things like, well, I don't need no man, kind of thing. I don't need no other man to make sure I'm 100. Yeah, I'll keep it with me. Do you understand that one? Yeah. Why am I going to employ other men when I can... Listen, what's that saying? God gave me 2 hands and 2 eyes. Yeah? He gave me 2 hands and 2 eyes. 2 hands, 2 eyes and a trigger finger. What do I need next dude for? That's what the old school narrative would be, if you see what I'm saying. Yeah? This one here working just fine. Don't need no man. 100%. One of them independent woman ones. I don't need no man is what Bomac was probably thinking. But you gotta get to the age where it's like, okay, we get that. We get your old school, yeah, but end of the day, the authorities ain't really bothered too much about that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't go to the court and say that. Especially in the UK. Now, I'm praying somehow, some way, because this will really be irritating for me if he does get... I mean, logically speaking, he's cooked himself here. Logically speaking, he's going to get some time. The only good news is that at least it was in his holdall, in as much as his lawyers will be able to argue he was naive, he was stupid, he didn't know, and... I mean, for example, if it was in his hand luggage, then he's messed up bad. If you try and sneak that into the actual cabin, but because it's in his carry bag, because it's in his packed luggage, he'd have no access to it at all. So it's not like it's It's not like it's some thing where he's trying to overtake the plane or whatever. Really, it's, I don't know what it is though. I don't know what it is. But you think he's going to get a year or two for this. Which is, Terence Crawford's 36, 37. He can't afford a year or two. And I'm not trying to be quite frank, I'm not trying to find out. Some people have speculated, I've speculated, oh, I think Crawford's good without Beaumat. Or I think Crawford's just naturally talented. I'm not trying to find out though. I'm not trying to find out if Beaumat was adding anything or not. I want to see Terence Crawford at his best. And that is with Beaumat. I want to see Terence Crawford in there with Canelo at his best. Not, oh, well, Beaumat's not here. And no. And it would be such a shame. Things never seem to, these days, yeah, things never just seem to work out swimmingly. Like, boom, okay. Terence Crawford's on now. Everything's moving nicely. I mean, look at Chris Eubank. Great performance. Everything was moving nicely. And then this weird thing happened. It's almost unexplainable, inexplicable. But yeah, last thing I'll say is, I'm hearing he's been remanded, which means he's not got no bail, which means they're keeping him in jail until the trial, potentially. And these things take 6 months to work out, so that's not a good sign. It's really not. It's not a good sign if you've been remanded. That means it's serious, which it is serious. You know, I can't remember the last time I've heard of someone doing this. It's one thing. Who was it? Deontay Wilder and Devin Haney being caught driving around in LA with security in the car and a firearm, but to get on like that is just unparalleled. To get on a passenger plane, I thought, okay, maybe he's travelling private, because some of them private ones, well, naturally, if you're a big cabaldon, yeah, and you've got security, naturally they all have weapons on the plane. That's how it works, yeah. I thought maybe it's one of them. Well, Beaumat's flying private, and he put his luggage on, and he kind of got a bit unlucky. They checked his luggage, kind of thing. But to be travelling coach, dude is travelling economy class, and you've got the blicky in your bag. I just can't believe it. I just can't. I really can't. I can't believe someone could be so. It's not even naive. You've got to be literally verging on stupid for this one. When I go travelling, yeah, I'm sitting there weighing out my face creams. Oh, wait a minute. The rules are 100 millilitres or whatever it is. Oh, that's 150. That's 150. I can't take that. Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you go from measuring face moisturising cream volumes to having the blick? And he didn't even just have the blicky. He had the blicky cartridges. Dude was, from what they've written here, dude was preparing for a zombie invasion. Where was it? They mentioned a zombie invasion. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, here's the mention. Here's the reference to the zombie invasion. The alarm was raised when UK Border Force intercepted the baggage after a scan allegedly showed a weapon, along with a magazine and ammunition. So yeah, so he's got a strap and a magazine and ammunition in there. Full zombie invasion, people. That's what he is prepping for. Anyway,